Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We are going to be starting week 5, and this is the week that you will be submitting your group class presentation. Um, so basically, week 4, this last week that you were just in, you guys should have been in your discussion folders. You should have been kind of hashing things out as far as giving each other the information you would need so you could introduce one of the other group members that's in your group. And then also probably figuring out some good times, things like that, for when you all can get together to do your presentation on a video conferencing software such as Zoom or Microsoft Teams or even Skype. Skype, I believe, also has the ability to record if you do a conference call where everybody's on the video conference call. So hopefully you've gotten all those kind of details kind of worked out, figured out some times where you might be able to try to meet up. Like I mentioned last week, it's probably a good idea for this week, if possible, to try to schedule something maybe by Wednesday or something like that, to try to do the recording so that way it's a little bit early. And then that way, if for some reason somebody doesn't show up, something happens, you still have several days to try to come together again and try to figure out another day that you might be able to record, because you don't have to submit it until Sunday by 11:59 p.m. this week. So, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you need to kind of reschedule things, because that was an issue last semester over the summer, was just getting everybody to be able to get together at the same time. I do understand that everyone has different schedules, but you all basically, just like any presentation, whether it's for work, school, anything like that, when it comes down to this is something that has to get done, you all have to figure it out. You've got to figure out when you can meet, even if it's got to be, at a really late time at night where everybody's home. I know some people work nights, but you all just need to kind of try to figure it out. If any of you have the ability to, take a long break at work where you'd be able to go, in a break room or something like that, put some headphones on that have the ability to talk over the computer and do your part or something like that. Some of you might have to kind of see if you can do something like that if you're not able to meet at certain perfect times. I understand everybody has busy schedules, but this is just one of those class projects that, this is kind of showing how everybody can come together and kind of get it figured out. So just do your best to try to figure out some times where everybody can potentially meet, try to get together and do a recording. And if possible, do a pre-recording before you actually do your final, just so you guys can run through it one time, just to see how it works, see if everybody was able to speak for their 2 minutes that they're supposed to each speak about one of your other group members that you're going to be presenting. I just suggest that so that way you get the wiggles out in the first run and then you kind of re-record it again, because in all reality, even with 5 or 6 group members, and if each of you are speaking for 2 minutes and you have somebody introducing and then maybe somebody kind of just doing a little quick wrap up at the very end, all in all, maybe you'll be doing a recording for, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. So if you do a pre-recording and then just try to do like a second one, if possible, unless your first one turns out really great and you guys are happy with it, that's fine. But I just make that recommendation just so everyone can kind of see how long, everyone was able to talk, and make sure that you're all able to hit that 2-minute mark so you don't get any points taken off for not being able to speak for the full 2 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show you guys pretty much where things need to be submitted, so that way by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. that you know exactly which places you're supposed to actually stick the link for your class presentation. So you're looking in my view right now. This is not the student view. This is the week 5 folder. You are going to have an assignment folder, and one of your group members needs to basically say, okay, I'm going to submit the final recording for my whole group. Please make sure that on that, either on the recording or when you're uploading it to the assignment link, just put down the names of all of the group members that were active, that were on the recording, and that actually played a part in the project, because that'll make it a lot easier for me to go into your group folders, and then I can just go in and verify that each one of those people actually participated, that you're active, and then it'll make grading a lot easier, but it'll make it clear to me as well which one of your group members did not participate. So just make sure when you're submitting your final presentation to this assignment folder that you basically list the active group members that were in your group. And like I said, just have one person from your group submit it. You all don't need to submit it individually. Just as long as that person puts all the names of the people that were active, you're going to get a grade and you won't have to worry about it. You don't have to do it individually. So that's what you're going to do for the assignment link. You are not going to see these folders until week 6. You're seeing it in my view just because that's the way it's set up for week 6, but you're actually not going to see these in week 5. You're only going to see the assignment link and then this lecture video in the week 5 folder. So I just wanted to make you aware of that so you weren't thinking there was anything additional to do for this part here. That's not going to pop up and be in your view until week 6. So the only other thing that you need to do other than one person from the group submitting the final presentation, the recording to the assignment folder link, is you also need to upload the presentation, the link for the presentation in your actual group folder, because your group folder is open for other people to be able to look at it. And that's what our follow-up assignment is going to be in week 6. So you need to also put the link for your class presentation in your group folder, and just make sure that you put some kind of heading on it that says final submission. So that way, when other people in the class are going into your group folder to do the follow-up assignment in week 6, all they have to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom of your group folder, and they're going to look for final submission, and then they'll be able to find the link for your conference call for your class presentation right away. So they don't have to try to search through your whole group folder trying to find it. So just make sure you title it final submission when you submit it also in your group folder. Only one person has to submit it there as well. Not everybody has to submit it individually. You just basically have to make sure one person submits it here and puts final submission on the heading for it. And then someone also submits it here in the week 5 folder for your actual, this is where I'm actually going to give you your group, your grade. So you have to make sure you submit it here as well. And that's basically it. If you have questions this week, please just continue to email me. I'm trying to send an email if there's a couple of questions, and I'm trying to send an email to the whole entire class. So that way, maybe some other people might have the same question. But anything that seems confusing or whatnot, I understand that there might be some issues with scheduling and trying to get everybody together, but just do your best, try to figure it out. Everybody needs to kind of give up a little bit of time for it to make sure that you can get it done. So even if your schedule is really busy, try to get together with your group and make sure you give them at least a few different times, different days of the week during this week that you could potentially be at a computer and able to do your part of the presentation. And like I said in the email that I sent yesterday, you do need to make sure that all of you are on the presentation. So when you do a Zoom conference call or whatever software you decide to use, make sure that basically all of your faces are on there. We can see all of you, and you all need to be present during the entire time that you're recording your class presentation for your group. So just, that's basically, you're doing it just like if you were sitting in front of the class and all of you had to stand up in front of the class and do your class presentation in front of everyone. So that's kind of the concept, but we're trying to do it in an online platform. So anyway, any questions, or if there's anything else that's confusing, just send me emails this week. But hopefully you all by now have pretty much kind of figured out times, things, and you're going to go ahead and try to get your recording done this week. And that's basically the only places that you're going to be submitting is in the assignment folder, and then also submitting it at the end of your group folder as well. And then basically you won't see any of these until week 6. So just remember, if you're looking at this now and you're seeing it in my view, you're not going to see it in the student view. All you're going to see is this assignment link folder for the week 5 folder, and then this lecture video that's going to be in there as well. All right, well, I will see you all next week, where we will kind of follow up on this class presentation project and then start some other topics. We're going to be going into like goals, motivation, things like that. And it's going to kind of start to get where we have some more topics that are going to be useful for you all as far as college success and even future success goes. So, all right, I will see you all next week.